Here we have a pre-owned 2024 Volkswagen Atlas. Now this one comes in the SE trim level. This one is a peak edition with the technology package. So we do get the 4Motion, so all-wheel drive system. This is a pure gray paint, and then we do get the Titan black. Leather red interior. Powertrain consists of a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, made into an 8-speed automatic transmission. Front end here, LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights, and I love the light strip that goes across the top right there. We also have the illuminated badge on this one as well. And just a beautiful, beautiful front end here. Very impressed. It kind of reminds me of the Ford Explorer, honestly, but I do like this quite a lot. Down here we get 18-inch wheels. You get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Power door lock controls. We do get one-touch automatic up and down windows on all 4 doors, and our power mirror controls are there. Blind spot monitors are included. And then we also have a power lift gate, and we can adjust that as well. Power driver seat, 2-way power lumbar support. Headlamp controls are there. Manual tilt telescope steering wheel. Hood release. Love the pedals here. Even on this more basic trim level, we get the sportier pedals. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. We're gonna check out the rear seat room, but a big thank you to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Atlas today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're looking to find the best price on a new vehicle in your area, click on that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out the information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on any new vehicle that you're interested in. But let's check out the space back here. Very, very impressive, being 6'3" with longer legs. Nowhere near the back of the seat here. Rear AC controls, 2 USB-C charge ports, and then you can push in here, and that exposes your 3-prong plug-in. It's a little dark down there, but, and there's a look at the front from back here. We get the panoramic moonroof, and that's how it looks when the sun shades all the way up. And there's a look at the 3rd row. And there's a little bit of space behind myself, as you can see. There's a 12-volt back there, bottle holders. But I don't see any USB ports. And then soft touch lights here, which I love. If you ever need to use a child lock, those are manual, so you just adjust that there. And then behind the 3rd row, pretty good storage, honestly, for the space you get. And then you can fold these flat if you need to. And that's the difference in space. And then pretty easy to pull up and lock it back in. But I like that we have the side pockets on both sides as well, if you want to have stuff in the back without it sliding around. And then there's storage underneath here, your jack and such. And then you lift this up. Your spare is right in there. We do get a nice integrated tow hitch there, which is nice. There's a look at the back end. And what's funny is these look like exhaust tips, but they're not. The exhaust is actually underneath there. Then fuel filler right there. And let's see how this 2nd row folds down. So you can pull up here, then you got to give it a little push. When the seat's up far enough, you can fold that flat. And then if you're in the 3rd row, you can pull this up, and it kind of tilts the seat up to get easier access to that 3rd row. And I also like these. They kind of show you when it's locked in, which is really helpful. And then when it's locked in, that'll go back in there. Pretty neat safety feature, I think. And then your front passenger seat in this SE is manual, but you get the adjustable 6-way. You can pump the seat up and down there, seat back there, seat bottom, you can move forward and back there. Lockable glove compartment, owner's manuals. And when I first saw this car, I really liked how they had the Peak Edition right there. Really nice use of the trim. And then to the front end, once again, we're just gonna take a quick look in the engine bay. Seems like there's tons of space in there with the 2.0 turbo 4-cylinder. But now we're gonna go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. There's the horn. I feel like this is leatherette as well for the steering wheel, but it feels nice. Love having the Peak Edition right there. Now over here to the screen, pretty easy to use. Your media is right in there, so you can go through your sources there, AM, FM, XM, the internet radio. And then you can use your Bluetooth as well. Vehicle settings in here. And then you also have your app connect if you want to use your Apple CarPlay there. And then the settings are in here. You can change your language, units, and then your navigation system when it's equipped. This one, with it being an SC base model, doesn't have it, but I do like the different screens that you get as well. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then you also, when you put it into drive, you can see where you're headed as well, and you have those sensors in the front and the back. Now to get to your climate controls, that is in the screen, you have a few shortcuts here if you want to adjust the temperature, but you have to go to your climate settings here, hit that, and then it pulls up everything here, fan direction, all that, and then you can adjust the temp and the fan speed here. Now what I like is a smart climate. You can go in there, and if you want warm feet, warm hands, fresh air, whatever, you can do that. And it kind of, you know, makes sense as how you'd use your defroster, or if you want the vents aimed at your face, or if you want to close the vents off, things of that nature. And then you do get the 3-stage heated and cooled front seats. And I find it interesting that you get heated, cooled seats in this, just with it being an SC. So that's a nice feature to have on a more basic model, even though it is the Peak Edition. You hit that there, pulls up your camera, then you have your assist there, and you can fool with all of those settings, lane keeping system, adaptive cruise control, so on and so forth. And then finally, with this one having the 4Motion, you get several drive modes: eco, comfort, sport, custom, then you have an off-road and a snow mode there. And then your hazards right in there. But 2 USB-C charge ports. There you have your wireless charging pad. You can stow all of that away. Bottle holders are here. And then you also have your shifter as well as your push button start. So press P for park, pull there for drive. You could toggle it with the sport mode, and then you can paddle shift as well behind the steering wheel. And then pull all the way up for reverse, and then you can kind of tap from either direction for neutral, and then you can pull up there for the electronic parking brake. Now there's a sunroof there when the shade's back, so tons of space to let the light in. Look at the back from up here. Not gonna open the roof because it is freezing outside. It's below freezing actually. Vanity mirror. Garage door transmitter in the rear view mirror there. And then back to the steering wheel, blinkers, high beams. And then you can turn those off, flash there. And then we can turn the lane keeping system on or off. And then our intermittent wipers are over there, as well as our rear wiper, which can be adjusted. And the frequency of the wipers right there, but that's how you use the rear wiper. Now, cruise control can be activated there. The whole safety system, including the lane keeping system, can be activated once that's on. And then you can go ahead and set your speed there. Volume controls are here. Track list radio station presets are there. Voice recognition. Then you have the heated steering wheel toggle there. When you cut that on, it'll tell you you have 3 different levels, which is nice. But yeah, you can go through either side menu here if you so choose. And then you can adjust the settings within those. And then you can even change the view as well. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. And now let's go ahead and take this 2024 Volkswagen Atlas out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the Atlas here, the sport mode, or I should say the manual paddle shift mode, is pretty aggressive. Depending on what drive mode you're in, of course, but I'm gonna probably pull that map up so we can kind of keep track of that. So I'm in comfort now, in sport. So in sport mode, you do get the sportier shifts when you are in the sport shift mode. And this thing is very quick. It's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, so I'd expect it to feel pretty peppy, but still very impressed. Gonna slow down here and then give it a pull. Here we go. Love the sound that you get from the engine. It sounds really good. I'm gonna put it into the regular drive mode now, and let's test out the cruise system. So pretty good system, and just locked in with the lane centering, adaptive cruise. And I'm gonna take it out of the sport mode, even though I like the rev there. It sounds so good. Just how it's sitting at that idle, or at that rev point there. But I'll put it into eco, and then it's just quiet in here. So a very impressive system, I think, in terms of the safety, the adaptive cruise, the lane centering, and the ride quality is very good here. And very quiet overall. But this thing feels luxurious, even though, again, it is the peak edition, so you have a few extra features there. But with this being an SE, having the heated cooled seats, the panoramic roof, I'm just so impressed with how nice it feels in here, from the ride quality to the interior, the screen, everything. Now this, I think, this vehicle in particular has little under 24,000 miles. I think it's around the $40,000 range, but for what you get here, I mean, you get 3 rows. You saw the second row space from the walk around. It is just very roomy in that second row. And then all the luxury that you get here without necessarily paying the top of the line trim level price. Still get a vehicle that looks good. I love that this one has the LED light bar that goes across the top. I wasn't feeling that at first when I saw this, but it's grown on me very quickly, just having the bar that goes over the grill. But I think you get the all-wheel drive, which is nice. The fuel economy is decent. Again, the interior is very tasteful. It's minimal, but also you have buttons and controls and everything, not necessarily like a Tesla, but it did keep all the good stuff, I think, without having buttons and knobs for everything. It's just less cluttered down here. You can just see you have the 4 important menus right there, and then everything else is kind of like your phone through the screen. But I want to give another thank you to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Atlas today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And again, if you're looking to find the best price on a new vehicle in your area, just click on that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out the info, and I'll make sure the dealers are fighting to get you the best price on one of these or any new vehicle that's out. But final thoughts, I think buying this used, not a bad deal. Just because this is a 24, so the sticker price you really lose most of your, you know, like the saying goes, you lose the most value when you drive your vehicle off the lot. And that's the case here with whoever traded this in. You get a pretty much new vehicle for the price of a pre-owned one. And again, I just like how this one was thought out in terms of the interior. Just with it being an SE and still having so many of the features I would expect on a higher trim level. And it's crazy that you get a manual front passenger seat that is heated and cooled. I don't know if that's been done before, but I like it. And really just like this Atlas overall and how it was configured. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Volkswagen Atlas Peak Edition.